Don't use yesterday's failure to define your life today. My mind goes to the story of Peter and Jesus. Jesus came to Peter and asked him to lend him his boat. After using the boat, Jesus said, Peter, cast down your nets on the right side of the ship of the boat. And Peter said, Master, he says, I have toiled all night. Nevertheless, at your word, I'm going to do it. I have toiled all night. So that's where we're focusing on. Peter had toiled all night, meaning as fishermen, they had worked all night. So we are told that at night, because of the stillness of the water, you're more likely to catch fish, right? So every wise fisherman will know that they'll come out at night and fish. Of course, there are modern technologies now that can track fish. But Peter said, I've toiled all night, meaning I have failed. I mean, he had an experience in failure. This was a fisherman, a professional fisherman. So he knew he had done everything he needed to do, but still he didn't get results. And so Jesus said, do it this way. Jesus said, forget about yesterday's failure. Forget about whatever you've been through. Peter said, well, I've toiled all night. I've suffered. I've labored. I've toiled for several years. I've done the same thing for several years. I've made effort for several years. And I'm so very sure that this time I'm going to fail again. Maybe that's what somebody is saying out there this morning. Please don't use yesterday's failure to define your today. I want to encourage you. Just like Jesus said, let out the net. Peter knew. Peter was discouraged. He was frustrated. But he said, okay, nevertheless, at your word, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it this time with faith. I'm going to do it this time with conviction that my yesterday is not going to influence my today. I remember years ago, I got this link for a job in a school. It was a secondary school, one of the best paying schools, they said, in a particular city. It was Benin City then. And so as I got there that morning, I was applying for the job of integrated science teacher and lab attendant, something like that, yeah. And so when I got in, that morning, in fact, it started raining. I was on a bike, and so I was all wet. The rain had beaten me seriously. The students saw me, they started greeting me, sorry, uncle, first day on your job. You're looking so messed up. And so I went in for the interview. I think there were two of us who were to write an aptitude test or something, why you should employ us. And we wrote. And I knew writing is not an issue for me, so of course I wrote very well. And then at the end of the day, it was the vice principal that had to make a decision. So he called me. He looked at my CV. He looked at what I wrote. I now told me, said, see, son, I'm going to tell you something. You are qualified for this job. In fact, you are the one who should get this job. But I'm not going to give you this job. I'm not going to give you this job. Don't tell yourself that because you want peanuts, you are going to settle for less, or because you are desperate, you are going to settle for less. He said there is something better for you. I'm not going to give you the job. I'm going to give it to the other guy. Have you ever heard that kind of a thing before? You are qualified for a job, but somebody is telling you, no, I'm not going to give it to you. I mean, that was a massive disappointment. I came from another town. I boarded a vehicle to get to Benin to come for that interview or that test. Massive disappointment. I didn't know how to feel. I felt bad though, and I know that there's somebody out there, you have been disappointed so much, you are feeling bad. Please don't be discouraged. There's something better for you, something better waiting for you. Please don't use your failure of yesterday to define your today. Don't use your failure of today to even define tomorrow. You are bigger than this. You are not failure. You are not your experience. Failure is an event, but you are a person. Failure is not a person. So don't let them tell you are a failure. So my people, that was how I managed my life for the next 1 year or so, or 6 months. This happened around maybe October or so. Yeah, October. So sometime the next year, I now went to Lagos. Sometime the next year, I was going for an interview with Diamond Bank. And so I was at CMS when it started raining, interview was like 8 o'clock or 9 a.m. I needed to take a bike again. Me and bikes. So I took a bike. I even had an umbrella. And I was on that bike from CMS to VI, as in where you had those banks then. And say it started raining heavily with my suit. Rain beat me seriously. And so God reminded me, remember when you were on your way to that school and rain beat you like this? This is a reminder that your yesterday does not define your tomorrow. You understand? I mean, it sank in. The same rain, but different circumstances. I can't remember how much they were going to pay, but what I was going to earn in this new place was like 10 times or probably even 20 times more than what I was going to receive in that school. So if that school had worked, I would have been stuck there. It was God that used that vice principal to tell me that, yes, I have the power to employ you, but I'm not going to employ you, because if I employ you here, I will limit you. So my brothers and my sisters, sometimes when God allows rejection to come your way, it's because He doesn't want to get you stuck in mediocrity. He doesn't want to get you stuck in that place which is not your resting place. You understand? So pick up the pieces. Don't be discouraged. Peter said, nevertheless at thy word. So if you are sitting down and you're folding your hands, folding your nets and giving up, said, no, I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm destined to be a failure. Maybe I'm destined to be by the sidelines. See, just take a cue from what I'm saying this morning. Pick up everything again and fight. You will win. So my name is Mike Wangwa. It's been nice talking to you. Have a beautiful day. Bye.